The WES study trips have great opportunities. They're just amazing. They're full of excitement and adventure.
You get to learn so much about culture and food and...
You can't just learn everything in a classroom. You actually have to go experience it.
It's so different from going with your parents. It's twice as much fun as you think it would ever be.
And it's like once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go with your friends.
This year, the 5th grade is going to Antietam to study the battlefield.
Since I'm in 6th grade, I am going to Utah for 6 days.
Valley of Fire, Zion, Bryce.
This year, the 7th grade is going to Italy for 10 days. Una cono stracciatella.
One of my favorite parts of WES is the exchange program. Every student is assigned to an exchange student. They come and stay with us, and then when we go on the study trips, we stay with their family. So since I took French, I'm going to France.
Before we went, we did research projects. So one group would do Orvieto, and then another group would do Pompeii.
We are learning about the Civil War, the generals, and where it happened and when it happened.
In class, we're learning about French culture, the different sites we'll be visiting, and continuing to study the French language.
Preparing for this trip, our class was learning about geology. We knew we had to look at the rock, find the details about it.
We're talking about what to pack. We're looking at our schedules.
I was very excited. It's going to be my first trip away from all of my family.
I'm feeling ready, a little bit nervous, but mostly ready for it.
It's been nice because we've been able to build up, starting from just 1 day in Antietam, a week in Utah, 10 days in Italy, and now 2 weeks.
The first couple days, you're still like, wait, I'm in Italy. Everywhere you look, there was something more. Relics like the Colosseum right next to new buildings. We don't have anything like that here.
I was most excited to learn about the battlefield. It was very strange to think that 150 years ago there were gunshots being fired everywhere where I was standing.
My favorite part of the trip was Zion National Park. There's no picture that could really capture how beautiful it is.
We broke a rock and there was actually a shell fossil in there, and they told us that place actually used to be an ocean. What really stood out was when we all lay down on our backs. It was just silent, and you could hear birds and crickets and all that.
I loved Paris. It was modern and historic, cobblestone streets, and I just loved the Seine, which ran through, and the Eiffel Tower. I remember just turning one corner, and it was right there, and it was so big.
I feel like it's easier to learn when you can see something with your own eyes.
Yeah, it is quite nice to see stuff in person, break the rock yourself, sketch a picture of it.
We went to Normandy, learned about World War II, and we got to see the beach and walk on the beaches.
It was crazy to think Julius Caesar was stabbed right here.
I learned about the tall spires of rock, the hoodoos.
I learned about French history. The Mona Lisa was smaller than I thought.
The battle strategy for the Confederates was to surround the Union Army. When you're at the battlefield, you feel like you're in the battle.
The experience has made me more independent. I used a new currency and I had to try new foods. My mom didn't make me, I made myself.
It did give me a little confidence that I could be away from my family.
I think it's built my confidence in myself and conversational skills, and I think I became more mature.
The hardest part of the trip was actually that hike on the river, but the nature was really nice even with the rain.
I was really nervous when we got to the polar plunge on the Colorado River. It was really, really, really cold. I'm so proud of myself because I did it.
I didn't know that I would have as much fun.
On the trip, there's a balance between learning stuff and then just having fun and experiencing things.
We get to do a lot of activities like zip lining, bungee trampoline.
We would sing at night, we made jokes, and so that formed a lot of bonds.
We spent the night at St. James School, and it was kind of like a big sleepover with all our friends.
I think we bonded more in France because we all got a chance to spend time with each other.
I just loved going in the ocean with all of my friends, just make memories.
I think travel is important because you get to see the world in a different way.
Yeah, like as we're getting older, it's important to know about the world, whether it's like a different country or just like a different city.
It makes you more aware of what other people are dealing with and figure out how you can help.
It made me feel really grateful for all the people who gave their lives so that we have a free country and a great country now.
Traveling to Utah, I realized that it's really important that we respect the nature that could be destroyed or future generations won't be able to see Zion National Park and Bryce Canyon.
I'll never forget Italy. It just changed me.
These trips made me appreciate what I have.
I learned a lot about many new people.
Now when I think about Utah, I just think about beauty and how beautiful it is.
This is such a fun trip and it was so exciting for us all.
The Antietam trip really was a great time.
I'd love to just travel more places like around the world, but WES has given me that start.
Now I feel like I can travel, and I'm really excited for the trips to come.